What up, Speed Doc fam? It's your boy Dr. Dre on this December 31st, 2021. That's right. It is New Year's Eve, and I'm tapping in with you guys. I don't know when this vlog will go up. It depends on how quick I can edit it before I kind of start my New Year's celebrations. 2021, hopefully all you guys crushed it. Hopefully you guys made it through. As you can see, I barely made it across the finish line for 2021. Here I am coming live to you guys unshaven, unhaircut, all that. But hey, it's whatever. I'm just going to roll on into the new year and get it how we live, as we say. Today, I know you guys have been getting a lot of our travel content, and I'm coming live from the humble abode, and you guys have been getting our travel content. Y'all check them out. Check out the videos, the plane spotting videos, the travel vids, the travel vlogs and whatnot. A lot of times people ask me a lot of questions like, hey Dre, how do you what points do you use, what cards do you use to get the points, like what, you know, all about the aviation thing, what's some hacks, what's some tips, what's some tricks. So this video is going to be a countdown to 2021's top, I don't know, 5 with maybe a couple honorable mention travel hacks that I've experienced this year that I want to share with you guys. The number one is to me a real big one if you like trying to fly in the premium class, if you will. So tap in, stay tuned. I'm gonna start counting down my top travel hacks of 2021, and you'll still be able to use these hacks in the 22 and beyond. And stay tuned. I'm going to start doing a video series about the different cars we've owned, myself and Dr. X. He'll go through his repertoire, and we can talk about the ones we liked, didn't like, our most favorite, least favorite, and all that kind of stuff, man, in list format. So Happy New Year's to you all. Happy holidays from the Speed Doc fam over here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Man, y'all comment in the comment section. Tell us what you want to see more of in 2022. Car content wise, we've got some updates with the Speed Doc Scat because gone ahead and changed the interior out. You know, if you all saw the last couple of videos, you know that that was coming. So that has been done. So I want you guys to try to guess what color we went with in the Speed Doc Scat. And let me see what else. I dropped off the Cayenne also to get some just routine maintenance stuff done. And other than that, got a couple collabos coming. If you're interested in our medical and dental footage, check us out on Facebook. On Facebook, Speed Doc 713 channel, we do a lot of live in-office videos. So if you're interested in those kind of vids, that's where our medical and dental content is. So I got my cigar ready. I'm about to step out on the balcony and sip a little something as well and go through this list for you guys. So peace. See you in 2022.
Number 5.
That's right, guys. Boating in Las Vegas. Lake Mead's only about a 30-minute drive. A lot of locals go down there to have fun. And because of that, it's actually pretty affordable. You know, you can see Hoover Dam from the backside. You can catch a couple of boats, boat rentals like an Airbnb or Turo for boats. Take you a cooler out there. Have a good time out on the lake. I'm telling you. Number 1, go try to choose midweek dates because hotels are much cheaper in Vegas. Airfares may be a little bit more expensive, but you want to get out there because on the weekends, the locals come out to play, so stuff will sell out really, really quick. Just Google Lake Mead boat rentals, usually $400 or $500 a day. You know your fuel level because we did run out of gas out there one time. I've done it 2 or 3 times now. Highly recommend it.
Number 4.
Covert return test free spots. Right now, due to the pandemic, the United States requires you to take a COVID test upon return into the country. Now, a lot of us don't care about that, but if you have a time sensitive job or you're a business owner like myself, you really can't afford to actually catch the disease or have a bogus test to find yourself sidelined in netherworld for 10 days. So therefore, I found myself not wanting to sit myself down from traveling, so I just started to rediscover America. Discovered Alaska, which was one of the best trips I've ever been on. Hawaii is a favorite destination. I'm going to do a separate video just on Alaska. The Virgin Islands. You might even want to consider Guam. I'm trying to find my way out there. Puerto Rico. I rediscovered Puerto Rico. The first time I went to Puerto Rico, I really didn't like it. So it's a lot America has to offer that we take for granted because we all want to get ready to go out and explore the rest of the world. Let's explore our backyard first. Take a look at some of the pictures here from just a few of the places that I traveled to just this year alone, and I didn't have to take a COVID test to come back, even though I'm fully vaccinated and booster shots. Now, some of these places like Hawaii and like the Virgin Islands, you do require a COVID test before you go. But trust me, if you end up testing positive for COVID before you go, it's much less expensive than if you get stuck somewhere.
Number 3.
Turo rental cars. If you guys have followed me on social media any appreciable amount of time, or you might be familiar yourself, but you know that I'm a big fan of Turo. Turo is like Airbnb for cars, basically. You download the app, you verify yourself, now you can rent people's cars, it's rideshare. Just the pictures as you see in the slideshow, these are all examples of the cars, the cool vehicles that I've been able to rent throughout my travels. I much prefer Turo because you don't have any hassles, no holes on your card. Get the car, ride out, use it to drive something that's different than just the bargain basement, slightly beat up cars you might get from Hertz or Avis, not to mention the piss poor customer service. Now, what I can tell you, in some places, in most places, the rates are much, much better on Turo. In places where Turo is not quite as popular, the rental car companies may be a little bit cheaper, maybe a little bit more convenient. You know, the one thing I can tell you as a negative to Turo, if you encounter an owner that's overly enthusiastic about their car, reconsider renting from them because they're going to try to nickel and dime you, and you don't want that, and you don't want to get stuck with anything strange. Number two. Number 2. Fifth Freedom Flights. Listen, take a look at this slide here. Freedoms are how the airline association govern how airlines start flights between countries, basically. Fifth freedom basically is being able to buy a ticket on a foreign airline that's flying between two separate countries and neither of which is their home country. I've done this quite a few times. The benefits of it are, number one, typically you're going to fly on some exotic carriers that have much better service than what your alternative is. You're also going to get a chance to typically fly on larger planes, which usually means more comfortable service. The other thing is the airfare. Airfares on Fifth Freedom flights end up being very, very cheap compared to the alternative. If you take a look at this flight I took on Air China from Houston to Panama City and back, got the ticket for about $250, and it was on a 777. Whereas if I had taken a competing United flight on the 737, that airfare was $650. So take a look at them. I try to fly Fifth Freedom flights anytime I get the opportunity to. All the pictures in this segment that you see, all the videos in this segment that you see are taken by me, except for the very last one, which I'm hoping to fly, and that's Singapore Airlines from Houston to Manchester, England to Singapore. I'm really looking forward to taking that flight. They just restarted service back up because of the pandemic, so it's definitely on my bucket list. Number one, domestic wide bodies, and what I will have to say is the best seat, arguably better than first class in some cases, of any domestic airliner, and that would be seats 40A and B and 41A and B on the United 767-300s. Right now, especially during the pandemic, airlines have had to redistribute their larger planes elsewhere because international traveling took a dive in terms of demand. So now you're able to find domestic wide bodies on a lot of flights that you normally wouldn't be able to. You know, United has notoriously flown their wide bodies between the hubs. And, you know, United hubs, Chicago here, Houston Intercontinental, Denver International, San Francisco, LAX, Washington Dulles, and Newark. You'll find yourself being able to catch these birds, which are typically more comfortable than anything else flying normally. American uses their 777s and 787s in between their hubs. Delta has always used their wide bodies in between their hubs and to a lot of other leisurely destinations like Las Vegas and Phoenix and all over Florida. So when you get the opportunity to catch a domestic wide body, you want to do it. I'm going to do a separate video specifically on that. But the big crown jewel of all this would be on United's 767-300 fleet. They've got two separate configurations. One where over half the plane is business class, Polaris class anyway. Then the other, typically, I think it has maybe 10 rows. I've attached some seat maps, seat diagrams at the end of this video. But the 767-300 is a wide-body twin jet that normally flies long haul. Well, when you fly it on domestic flights on United, they have seats that normally would be reserved for the crew rest area. They actually allow you to choose them. Now, if you have elite status, you can select these seats up to 24 to 48 hours prior to your flight, or you can pay extra. But since they're the last two rows on the left side of the plane, they often go out empty. But these seats are like domestic first class seats just at the back of the airplane. And oftentimes people don't know about them. This is one of the best kept secrets in the travel industry. Take a look at that picture right there. I mean, that's crazy. Look at the amount of leg room that you have. And on this particular flight, nobody was sitting behind me. So I had this area basically all to myself. Whereas all the other economy class seats are just the typical standard fare. So I highly recommend it. Usually these seats don't even show up as available until the very, very ending hours prior to your departure. It's going to show as if those seats were taken up. But check back at check-in to see. If you have the opportunity to select these, whether it's paid for or not, do it. And as such, the 767 is one of my favorite planes. And I think I've logged more flights on the 767 in 2021 than any other plane flying. So right now, United's using their 767 between Newark and San Francisco, Newark and LA, Houston to Denver, Houston to San Francisco sometimes, Houston to Chicago, Houston to Newark, Houston to Orlando, Houston to San Juan, LAX to Chicago, San Francisco on some transcons, and of course to Hawaii. And it's a couple of more. Again, I'm going to have to do a video specifically highlighting what routes you can find domestic wide bodies on for all the U.S. carriers. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this countdown for 2021. These hacks or these things I've shared with you are still good. Hopefully they give you guys just a taste of what you can do with just a little bit of homework in traveling. You know, in the meantime, hope everybody stays safe. Hope everybody has made it through 2021 okay. Look forward to what 2022 brings. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. You guys talk to us. Tell us what else you want to see from us in 2022.